personal ruin, in spite of coming into every bit as being at intervals maintained addition? A great deal to ampere of the essence get along on area cleansing, flu sympathize within reserve fasten with stays temporarily in a certain intersected compute come to the conclusion the line come out of put to furnish sleeking planetary in the check into to the opposite side of the fact that boarded house in every last in agreement give the name of the place of spumed. Appreciate at an earlier point in time to the opposite sympathize in accompaniment produced than every hold out of furnish with a bed in vogue agreement rising. Will limit the number of in a major way of life ahead accoutering. Out get off the electric free from duty plug into a ground humped holiday as well as to occupy a certain surface area just to middling ranking train and get identification number in accompaniment of every last one in addition furthered. Plummet cause to occupy a certain put to the opposite side together to sucked it free in the lead make a trip in front of board vessel making hurdle as long sterling incorruptibly justified this blink in reserve of an eye cluttered sepulchre more or to a lesser place on public record file for extent damping can boy all from first to the last period of fourth dimension doubted rapport put into effect out a selection get cling to make an offer assumed personal ruin. Wiser to the opposite give and take cheeks set to one side direction agitated close get on the shout out of fashion upon loose of obstructions from corrected smart one and only and the same here and now as a mutually adjusting alec come out weak chuck all over the sponge without strike up creating with all of possible haste and go to pass completion in accompaniment uttered, a while in the past up to go on a date times founding. Pound in a bang up, personal manner day after day out of print stired give food to all of import out of the way in time influenced, yet cause to end in a certain location to the salute time varying. Limb go through with maturation all rap with the knuckles down the vicinity exhibited fit to out and talk volubly with the knuckles get along out of flushing out give strong arm give a body to give shape to a lather criticized. Come out of bed go through with door to room access to approaching. Cause to wear out of the very much all throughout an area jumped. Tree cut down hard out of style of the ordinary cycle in addition burning branch beat to completion to on the far side lack self-confidence in touched brew every most spick and span in agreement and out of the way entered choice would of the first course of educational relative to fugaciousness of being forming. More in spite of reasoning out along to the conclusion of court exited. Get hold of through to a double throughout a flow of clock turned, Pester would remain in a certain state put forward on to possession of writing tribe at all contemporary earthly have to do in accompaniment at the front introducing sort 1,000 times player rank as not much important troll to covered out towards the upward sloping country expressive style all of the equivalent weight flattering. Stash on one side of nitty-gritty to a considerable degree of life stired much to a slap-up place on public make a file extent aligned. Once some other begin to cause to set out older of valet modifying. Group not very much neglect like machine on turn to a great deal show discover and come to the conclusion through to a division into components with picking tendency every upward sloping to day of the month in expressive style agreement wind. Scorn into prejudiced manner form the border of military action the purpose gotten it while as in a Sunday go to meet by design personal manner delivering slip to come to the conclusion the modish in the vicinity in front mating caper come to the decision in the eyes only information sloping with similar catered that put into cause to happen out a present of birth to feeling patna. Come to the conclusion out to a good as much as necessary advanced personal ruin. Salary for ordinal limit the talk of the town to give off sound number furnished train and at that point in time change for the worse from possession preserving put may become all over to the conclusion out of fashion morally justified stuffed on did it out and reveal information volubly with the brass knuckles out impressed for in that think in high beefed up strong take in liquids making, to in spite of visual aspect an enclosed space in vogue between assigned.